Not optimistic. You're an incredibly negative person that has like a disdain for people that you think are the other people that are different from you, who are just coming here trying to make a better life. But not only that, you're fucking stupid. Okay, that's why you fucked up here. It's because you're dumb. It's because you don't fucking know anything. You have shit takes. You can't predict anything. You're a stupid person, man.
Take him outside, put him down, hang him, do whatever.
It's okay.
I don't give a shit.
Okay, good morning. I hope everybody's doing very well this evening, or this afternoon, I mean. It's it's currently about noon. I'm not gonna waste much time, okay? We're just gonna get right into it. We're watching more Tom Foe.
So the other day I put out a video about Venezuela, and there's a lot of different takes I have in that video, but the main essence of the video, the main take that I made in the video on Venezuela is essentially like, look, I'm trying to be a little optimistic about it. Is it a net positive for Americans? And I came to the conclusion that, well, look, as long as it does...
Trying to be a little What? I wouldn't call it being a little optimistic. Okay, I'm optimistic. I'm an optimistic person. I'm still like, you know, I try to be realistic in my takes. But like, I have my own outlook on life in America, and I think that things could get a lot better for us Americans. Okay, we gotta wake up. We gotta start fighting. But I think a lot of good can come from this country. Okay.
Tiffany underscore Jack said dance, 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 dance.
Hey Tiffany. Good to see you again. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm reacting right now. I like that
Tiffany
one.
underscore Jack said good morning.
Guten Morgen. I hope you're doing well. Okay, anyway, let's keep going.
Whether Venezuela gets destabilized or not, as long as it just does not increase refugees coming here or a caravan coming here or just whatever. And possibly even...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, it will not do that. It will not do that. Yo, guys, this time it's different. This time it's different. This time there will be no refugees that come from the destabilization of this country. For sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, Tiffany, I understand that. I think you told me yesterday you're not much into politics. You stay away from politics. That's okay. But just so you know that I do this at the beginning of every stream. I react to... Right now, I usually react to Groypers. Okay, they're like a Groyper is like a type of person. Maybe you've heard of them. I don't know. But anyway, let's keep going.
If it could open up an avenue to remigrate Venezuelans back home, because a lot of them want to go back home. And so that was my take. It was like, look, do I want all these things to happen? But no, they're going to happen regardless of what I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that was your most brain-dead take. That was your most brain-dead take. Oh, yeah, no, guys. No, you don't get it. Like, this destabilization is going to let us deport more brown people. No, you don't get it, even though that's fucking stupid, and that's never going to fucking happen. Because it's stupid. Oh, why are you guys mad at me?
Because this is the direction the United States has been taking. This is the direction they announced months ago when they put out the National Security Doctrine. And so I accept it, and it's like, all right, fine. There's nothing I can say that's going to stop them from doing this. Maybe there's some good that can come out. And
yeah. There's nothing I can do. Maybe something good will happen. Nothing good is going to happen. No good can happen. Only bad can happen, man. We're talking about regime change, okay? Has this ever been good before? Has it ever been good when this happens? Or does it usually mean a few people in our country get rich and then everybody else gets fucked over? Oh yeah, it's the second thing. It's always that. It's always a few people getting rich and everybody else is left to pick up the pieces. Okay, families are destroyed. They send their children to war and they come home with PTSD or they come home in a fucking body bag. And that's what you're defending right now. That's what you're defending. You're but after the dust settles, after mothers and fathers have lost their sons, right? Then you say, "Oh, what could we have done to stop this? This was so dumb. Why did we do this?" Only after it's too late do you ever say anything. And this is unironically exactly what annoying fucking liberals do all the time. Okay, every war is bad except for the current one. Except for the current one. Oh no, the current one, well, we could make some money off of it. Who's we? Who's we? How is this going to benefit our country? How is this going to benefit you and me, man? It's not.
Crazy, dude. Not even like 10 minutes
stupid.
After that video was uploaded, this bitch, Kristi Noem, comes out and says this shit.
Well, Venezuela today is more free than it was yesterday, and it's going to continue to be that way as long as President Trump is in the White House and is making sure that he's protecting the interests of the American people, because that ripple effect will continue to bring that kind of liberty to Venezuela as well. These programs, we're bringing integrity back to them. The decisions are made in conjunction with the State Department, with the White House, and then we at Homeland Security implement them and make sure that they are followed through. So every individual that was under TPS has the opportunity to apply for refugee status, and that evaluation will look forward, but we need to make sure that our programs actually mean something and that we're following the law. And that's how that decision with TPS was made.
Man.
Fucking refugee status? Are you serious? Dude, people were commenting and they were like, look, Tom, are you gonna redact that take on this? Because like this aged like milk. And it's like, yeah, it's not even milk, dude. It is cheese curds. We're fixing to fry up the cheese curds, dude. That's how poor. I was trying to be optimistic on some level. I don't care about Venezuela. I don't give a fucking shit about Maduro, dude. Fuck Maduro. Hang that fucker in New York.
You're not optimistic. You're an incredibly negative person that has like a disdain for people that you think are the other people that are different from you, who are just coming here trying to make a better life. But not only that, you're fucking stupid. Okay, that's why you fucked up here. It's because you're dumb. It's because you don't fucking know anything. You have shit takes. You can't predict anything. You're a stupid person, man.
Take them outside, put them down, hang them, do whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't care if Venezuela has a central bank, a Rothschild bank, or whatever. I literally don't give a shit. You wanna know why? And a lot of people get mad and they say, well, Tom, you should care about that because now Israel has more resources and they have more power, or the oil companies, because apparently the oil companies are fixing to take over Venezuela. And that gives your enemy more power. And it's like, look, dude, here's my opinion on that. My enemy has already taken over my country. Our enemy already runs our country. The Jewish oligarchs that are fixing to take over Venezuela have already conquered us. I don't give a shit if Venezuela has a central bank.
Yeah, it's definitely Jews that control our country and not, rich fucking white Anglo-Saxon people who make up a majority of the population and also have all the money. No, it's Jews. It's Jews because of AIPAC. Because of AIPAC.
There's no world where Venezuela not having a central bank is going to help me or my family out. That just is not a thing. That's retarded. So I don't care. Some of you might disagree in the overall fight against whatever, and it's like, dude, I just don't care. I go to work, I bust my ass, the Jews take a bunch of my money out of my paycheck, half of it goes to Israel, the other half goes to fucking Somalians running daycare centers. I don't give a fuck about Venezuela. Do I hate Venezuelans? No, but I'm indifferent. I don't care. I care about America, my people. And so the only positive I could see coming out of this, and there's still some things that stand, it's like it does send a message to other people that the United States is capable of doing military operations. If you're not one of the big major countries in the world, which is really just China and Russia, if America really wants to just go in there and fuck you up or do whatever, they can do it. If they're willing to put the resources and time in.
Yeah, that's so good for us. Yeah, that's what we want. We want every other country to fear us and to constantly wonder if we're gonna come in and murder a bunch of their civilians randomly. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do in America. What the fuck was I thinking? Building international relationships with other countries and on like mutual respect and like mutually beneficial trade. Yeah, no, fuck all that. What the fuck was I thinking, man? We need to be brutalizing our enemies.
Whatever. They can kind of get away with doing whatever they want. Now, do I think we should do those things? Honestly, yeah. If there's people who are siding with our enemies, and if our country wasn't completely dominated by Jewish oligarchs, then yeah, I would say fuck Venezuela, take this dude out, put somebody else in, or at the very least, let's do the trade deal that he was offering us months ago, where they were going to just give us free shit and we turned that down. It's like, yeah, if it benefits us, that's cool. Now, preferably, we would drill our own oil here, right? We're not doing that. So obviously, you're not going to get everything you want. So you got to try and find some type of fucking positive. And that's where I was going. It was like, maybe this could actually open up an avenue for remigration. And some people might say, well, it might still be possible in the future. And I would say that too, except just not with this administration. Not with the current structured government that we have would it be possible. And I understand a lot of you guys already knew that. And a lot of you guys were going to say, Tom, we already knew that. Why the fuck were you saying this shit? And you're like, L take. All right, I accept the L. I get it. It's a weak take. I should not put any type of faith in this government whatsoever in regards to immigration. I wasn't even really doing that. I'm just trying to be some level of optimistic. And it's not like I'm blackpilling here. I'm just coming out like I can't just make a video like that and it age that way, at least with that one talking point and then not address it. Yeah, I just can't do that. And then you see all this other bullshit happening where Cuba, they're talking about Cuba, Colombia, and like I said, like it's not going to end with Venezuela. It's going to go to Cuba and Colombia, and eventually it will get to Mexico. It's going to be all over. All right, Latin America, that's just what the plan is. It doesn't matter what I think about it or what you think about it. Fuck our opinion. That is what our leaders are already doing. That's their choice, and we are completely just holding our dicks at this point. Like, there's nothing we can do. But why the fuck is this bitch coming out on TV? And they try to correct this. They try to say, oh, well, she wasn't specifically just talking about Venezuelans. It's like, no, look, we already give Venezuelans a protective status till like the very end of this year. They already have a protective status. Why are we giving them a refugee status? Why are we giving them an option to have permanent residency in America? Like, what the fuck? Why are we doing this? Can we
Because we just destabilized their country. We just annihilated we just kidnapped their president, effectively dissolving their government. What?
Out of politics already. Can we just do that? It's like, why is this bitch here? Why are any bitches in politics whatsoever? Can we just get them out of politics? Geo, domestic, they gotta go. They gotta get out of here, all right? You don't gotta go home. You don't gotta go to the kitchen. You just can't stay here because, look, you're not doing a good job. And I understand it probably isn't her decision for that ultimately. She's just passing on the news. But fuck it. Let's just get rid of them, and then let's get rid of the protective status. Like, can we do both? Is that possible? Can we do that before we literally, like, go insane and kill each other? Because what is the point of all this? And this is a question I would have to ask any politician that's in support of this refugee status for really anybody. When you look at this person, whether it's a Somali or a Venezuelan or an Indian, does this person look like an American to you? Really? Does this person look like they're assimilating? Like they're joining? Person look like an American? Really anybody. When you look at this person, whether it's a Somali or a Venezuelan or an Indian, does this person look like an American to you? Really?
Yes.
Does this person look like they're assimilating? Or an Indian? Does this person look like an American to you? Really? Does this
look at this person? Look at their skin color. Look at their skin color. Does this person look like an American to you? Look.
Whether it's a Somali,
look at
or
their
a
skin
Venezuelan
color.
or an Indian, does this person look like an American to you? Really? Does this person look like they're assimilating? Like they're joining the party? Like they're getting along?
He's wearing a fucking Yankee hat. What? He's wearing the Yankee hat with the brim. Yeah, he looks like a fucking American. What? Does this person look like an American to you? Shows a video of a person wearing a fucking New York Yankees hat.
What do you think is going to keep happening?
Dude.
You just keep importing people over and over. People who are not
It doesn't get more
who don't like
comical
America
than
and who
that.
do not want to assimilate. And because they don't assimilate, they don't get along with everybody else.
That's
And because
so
they don't get along with
crazy,
everybody else doesn't like them. And because of that, they segregate themselves. They separate themselves. And you can't have a functional society when you have all these groups doing that shit. It's impossible. It just does not work. Even by your own fucking broken, retarded rhetoric of America being some melting pot bullshit, even by that logic, it doesn't work. Because now you have groups that are...
No, man. Immigrant communities have always done this. They've always done this. They move here. They try to stick together. They do stick together. They form communities. They uplift each other. Okay, and over the course of 1, 2, 3 generations, they completely assimilate into American society. This is what America has always done. This is what, from the very beginning, okay, with this country was founded by people that sailed here on a boat. And then they got off the boat and they were like, let's live here. Okay, that was it. So like that's like the foundation. That's why we do this. That's why we do. This is the reason that Americans, typical Americans, like the normies, as you call them, the libs, the libertarians, the live and let live type. Okay, they understand that this is the origin of America, and they see it as virtuous, because it is like immigration is a strength to our country that not a lot of other countries have. Okay, anyway.
Willingly segregating themselves. Now you have groups that are willingly not interacting, not unifying.
And no other country is on par with us.
There's no brotherhood in that. And I mean, how can you blame the refugees? To be honest, we're giving them all these passes, and now we're giving them all these fucking free things, all this aid, all this money, Section 8, all these welfare programs. Then you have what's happening in Minnesota. We're fucking just giving them loads of money, just run fraudulent businesses. Of course they're gonna fucking take our money. They'd be retarded not to. And some of them are pretty retarded, but at least they're smart enough to figure out that we're all fucking suckers, and they can just take our shit and get away with it. And how much longer can we do this? What is this worth to anybody? You're gonna do some regime change in Venezuela, and now you're gonna do refugee status? The country hasn't even set itself on fire yet. The new president that came in after Maduro, the lady, she, even caved after like 20 hours. She's like, yeah, we're gonna like fight against the US, and then not even a day later, she's like, we're ready to cooperate. Why do we need refugee status? What is the fucking point? Actually, like, what is the point, dude? They're gonna cooperate with us. Is there gonna be some civil fighting? I'm sure. There's a bunch of different factions.
Why do we need refugee status? Well, the answer is simple. Okay, it's the same reason we do H-1B visas. Okay, and it pisses you off to no end. But like this just isn't gonna stop happening because our economy won't work. It won't work without immigrants. Okay, this is just this is what we do. Okay, you can bitch and moan about it, but as long as you keep supporting American imperialism, which is what you're doing here, this is one of the aspects of it that benefits rich people in our country. Okay, is importing immigrants. Okay, why is this? Well, immigrants work for cheaper. They are escaping their war-torn country. The acceptable standards for the exchange of their wage labor is quite low. Okay, meaning they work for not much money. Okay, good for rich people. This is why rich people are doing this. Okay, so like the wars, they found a way to commodify every aspect of war. Okay, the weapons, that part's obvious. Okay, you start a war, you know, hopefully you're not involved, but even if you are, oh well, you know. You start a war between two countries, you sell both of them weapons, okay? One or both of these countries are destabilized from this war, so there's going to be refugees coming, so the civilian population. There you go, you make money off of that, off of the cheap labor. This is it, this is the way it works, man. You can't just like say I want to do American imperialism, but I want to like make it more racist, even though it won't really work. Even though the imperialism thing isn't really gonna work with more racism at the moment.
Who gives a shit? Who cares? Why are we giving more and more people opportunities to come here? The Trump administration stopped illegal immigration, but they're giving so many avenues for people to come here legally and to stay here for forever. And like I said, do these people look American to you? Do they act American? No, and they don't want to. They will never be seen as American.
Yeah, they don't want to be white. They don't want to bleach their skin.
I don't care how much you lie to yourself. I don't care what you tell yourself at night. It doesn't matter. Nobody sees these people as American. They don't even see themselves as American. You want to know why? Because when we talk about the Somalis in Minnesota, guess what? We refer to them as Somalis. They don't even refer to themselves as Americans. They call themselves Somalis. Just with that, they don't even see themselves as American. So what the fuck are we doing?
See?
We can't keep going down this pathway. This doesn't lead anywhere peaceful or good. Do you think this is going to lead to a safe future for Americans that live here, heritage American?
All right, man. I'm Scottish. I'm English. Am I not an American? I don't know, American. Like we're talking about like ethnic identity. Having an ethnic identity doesn't mean you're not American. I'm fucking Scottish.
Even these people that are coming here legally, the refugees, you think this is going to make this country more welcoming for them? You think it's not going to piss off people who already live here into hating them? And that's just going to make them want to segregate themselves even more? So even by your own fucked up logic for how America should operate, it doesn't even work. Because nobody's mixing, nobody's assimilating, because they don't want to, because they do not see themselves as Americans. And let me tell you something, none of these fucking Somalis, none of these fucking H-1B Indians, none of these Venezuelans coming here on a refugee status, even if they had permanent residency in this country, not a single one of these people would fight to protect this nation. Not a single one of these people would volunteer to fight in some war to protect America. Not a single one of these people would be proud if their kid went and joined the military. But you know what they will do? They'll be first in line to pick up that government-assisted paycheck.
I wouldn't be proud either. I wouldn't. You shouldn't be. I mean, it depends. It depends. It'd be like more of like a bittersweet kind of pride. You know, if my kid joined the military, because on one hand, you know, it takes a certain virtue to decide to join up. You know, it takes bravery, I think, initiative, even. All right, a want for more responsibility for something bigger than yourself. You know, that's very admirable. But on the other hand, I would be like, bro, you're not going to get a fucking Camaro.
First in line to pick up that fraudulent paycheck. So they'll do that with a smile on their face, but you will never see these people fight for this country. You will never see these people bleed for this nation. And I'm not saying there haven't been some people that have, but these people, the Somalis, that are literally taking money from taxpayers, the H-1B Indians, you think they're going to fight and die for this country? No. You think they'd do that? No. But do you know how many Americans there are that even with all the issues and problems they have with this nation, if it actually came down to like, look, we have to go and fight and defend this nation, otherwise the town I grew up in is going to go to shit, my family's going to die. Do you know how many people, even with all the problems they have, they would still go and they would still fight? They would still defend their families because they're actual Americans?
Yeah. People that are of Somali descent would never fight to protect their families in their communities in America. They would never do that. they would let them get slaughtered because they are evil. Because they are evil subhuman savages, am I right?
Guess how many of these fucking refugees, right, guys? These legal immigrants we keep bringing in, guess how many of these people are going to stand and fight? No, you know what they're going to do? They're going to leave. Because that's what these people do. When shit starts hitting the fan, they don't stay and fight, they fucking run away and they go somewhere else. And a lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying that. A lot of people are going to say, oh, well, it's not their fault. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you for coming here, taking advantage of us. Do you know how many Americans that live here that could qualify for government assistance, that actually could qualify for some type of paycheck from the government, but they refuse to take it because they believe that that deserves to go somewhere else? Even in the situations that they are in, they do not want to take money from their fellow Americans.
Yeah, and Americans, I think they do that. I think he's right about that. They do. And it's fucking ridiculous. Like, Americans are made to feel like the little bit of welfare at their disposal, it's actually some kind of moral failure on their part for them to take it. And it's fucking ridiculous. It actually makes me sick.
And yet we're gonna let these fuckers come over here and we're just gonna give them free shit. And here I was when I was talking about
Venezuela.
But
anyway,
like,
that has nothing to do with Somali people. Okay, that has nothing to do with Somali Americans. So immigrants that come here are not subject to the same demoralizing propaganda that I was just talking about. Okay, like Somali people, for example, probably don't see being on welfare as a moral failure on their part, because you know, again, they aren't subject to that propaganda, and also it's fucking stupid. It's stupid that Americans believe it. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm an American. Okay, but like Americans, they fall for stupid shit sometimes, like we do. Let's be so for real. Okay, like it's reality. Okay. And one of those things is that idea, the idea that, like, oh, if I take any kind of government assistance, like I'm a lazy, stupid piece of shit, like oh, I cannot take government assistance, I cannot do that. You know, people in other countries, they don't think like that, they don't see it like that. So when they come here, they are more likely to, if they qualify for said benefits, to actually enroll in them. Now, at the same time, I'm speculating. I don't have data in front of me to support this. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But, like, if this is the case, if there is data, that would be why. That would be fucking why, obviously. Obviously, because Americans do say this shit all the time. They do. Alright, anyway.
Look, talking about the geopolitical structure of things, I get it. Shit is ramping up. You got shit going on with NATO. You got shit going on with Russia. You got shit going on with Iran. All these different things. Stuff is boiling over. Taiwan and China. All these different things. Like, these conflicts are leading to a World War III. We all know it. It's going to happen eventually. So yes, there has to be strategic choices we have to make as a nation to prepare ourselves for that eventual conflict.
Thank you for asking.
But it's not going to work if our government is just constantly taking things and then just giving them to non-Americans. It's not going to work if we just keep supporting people who are not Americans. This isn't working. And you see stuff going on with Greenland. Trump's talking about taking Greenland. This is something he said for forever. Denmark comes out and they're like, oh, well, we don't consent to that. And then Greenland comes out and says, well, we're ready to talk. And then Denmark's like, well, this will be the end of NATO. First of all, fuck NATO. Nobody gives a fucking shit about NATO. And second of all, to the fucking idiots in Denmark, just so you know, nobody gives a shit about you. You do not make NATO. We make NATO. If you want to talk about somebody else that makes up NATO, you got the UK, you got France. That's pretty much it. Denmark, you don't do fucking shit for NATO. So if you're going to go and bitch and cry to NATO, you might as well just go bitch and cry to
Nobody does anything for NATO except America, because it's an extortion racket. Okay, nobody does anything for NATO except America, except for all of the money that they give us, because it is a fucking extortion racket, because that's what it is. That's what it fucking is, man. Like, for those of you that don't know what NATO is, okay, basically, Europe is like, please protect us, America, please. And America's like, okay, but you better fucking pay. You better buy a fuck ton of my weapons. Okay, you better. And then they're like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. Sure, we'll like beef up our defenses. That way, they're both giving us money, buying our weapons, and they're also doing our job for us, protecting themselves. Okay, do you understand? So that's what NATO is. That's all it is. It is still a major benefit for America. Okay, like NATO is, if you want to talk about like making money through defense contracting, okay, NATO is a big part of that. And this is the biggest industry in America, is arms dealing. So NATO is very important to us. It's never not going to be important to us. Yeah, it's not really important to everyday people. Of course it's not. Of course it's fucking not. Okay, except for maybe Europeans that are, like, afraid of Russia. Okay, but, like, Americans obviously don't give a fuck about NATO. Okay, of course. Of course, but our country does. Okay, our government does. Anyway.
Because we are NATO. But honestly, truly, if this would be the end of NATO, fuck yeah. That's worth it enough taking Greenland.
But
look, nothing we do geopolitically is going to benefit just Americans at this point because our government is run by idiots and is also controlled by Jewish oligarchs. And it's just sad because not all of our politicians are even controlled by Jews, to be quite honest. A lot of them are just stupid as fuck. They're just so dumb. They don't even need to be handled. They are the stupid goyim. They are the cattle, all right? They don't need any handlers. They do everything for free, all right? And there's nothing more the Jewish oligarchs love than free shit, okay? So it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Shalom, Shabbat for them every day of the week with our politicians. But nothing is going to truly benefit us. And it's just like, dude, I had some level of optimism. And yeah, nobody's become a refugee yet, and that can change. But at this point, it's like, yeah, that take did not age well. And that's why I had to talk about this, because it's like, look, dude, when it comes to immigration, the Trump administration have been completely just shitting the bed. It's honestly impressive how horrible they've handled this, and it's not turning around. And I have no hope of it turning around. I didn't have hope even in the other video. I was just saying, like, at the very least, as long as we don't get more immigrants. But then they're gonna fucking come out 10 minutes after my video and talk about how there's gonna be refugee status. Fuck me, dude. Fuck these people. Fuck these people. It's not even serious to them. It's like a joke. It's literally a joke. And I'm not blackpilling because I know where this is all leading eventually. I've talked about it before. The seeds have been planted for remigration. Like, the masses of Americans, the people, they wake up every single day. And even this refugee shit, I'm sure there's some normie that saw that and was like, wait a minute, that don't make sense. Why the fuck are we doing that again? Maybe not a lot, but the idea is that every day more and more people think like us. So that's why I'm not blackpilling, because eventually we're going to be able to apply enough pressure to where it's actually going to matter. And if you think that it's not possible, I mean, just look at Vivek. That dude quit fucking social media. There's a post of him like a year ago talking about how if you can't handle mean comments, you shouldn't be in politics. And look at him. He can't even handle mean comments. He can't even walk the walk, dude. But when you look at somebody like Vivek, when you look at the people he's trying to win over, do you honestly see them as American? No, nobody does. The only people that do that are people that lie to themselves before they go to sleep. People that are just completely living it.
Dude, Vivek, oh my god, bro. Dude, that is so extremely fucked up, because Vivek is literally, he's from Ohio, man. He's from Ohio. I said this in the last video that this person made about Vivek and various other, like, GOP speakers. But yeah, Vivek Ramaswamy is a fucking Ohio person. He's from there. He's from Ohio. So we're literally talking about an American citizen that was born here in Ohio and is definitely an American.
Do not see where things are going, where they're
at. He's an American
so at this point, like, nothing changes in regards to, you know, how we should go about doing all this. We just have to get organized and having these conversations. And that's been doing a lot of damage to the structures, to the powers that be. It really has. And if you think they're not afraid, if you think they're not intimidated by that, they are. And this year, they're definitely going to react. It's already basically guaranteed at this point, especially next month in February. But by then, it's a little too late. Like, Pandora's box has already been opened. And that's why I'm not blackpilling about all this, but it's just like an insult. It's just one insult after another. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Refugee status, really? More immigration, really? How about you focus on deporting the people that you said you
I didn't expect this. Oh, man. Wait, what the fuck is Iraq? What is Afghanistan? What is Libya? What is Somalia? Wait,
we get you can go to another country and, like, turn off your lights.
Can't believe this is happening.
But could you do that here? You guys have, like, so much surveillance on us. You pay attention to our cash apps when we send more than $20 or some shit. You got cameras everywhere. You got our fingerprints. It's like, can you not figure out how to get these people out of here? Maybe a few of them, maybe a little bit more than you've done, because it's not good enough. And now you want to make 650,000 Venezuelans permanent residents. You want to give them the avenue to do that without even leaving the country. It's like, at the very least, could you kick them out and then give them an option, but, like, have it be like a 10-year waiting period? Some bullshit like that. That would be at least better. Not even preferable, but at least better than fucking just letting them stay here and giving them free shit and then fucking saying, oh, hey, you can live here forever. Fucking retarded bullshit. But I mean, I like the idea of America being an empire. I really do. I'm not like some isolationist who thinks we should just stay inside all day long, because that's not possible, especially with things that are ramping up, leading up to World War III with all these different players. It's not possible to do that. That would have been possible like 50, 60 years ago, but at this point, it's like, with the way things are going, it's not possible. So I get that, but at least if we could do things that actually benefited us. Like, if you're gonna go to war with any of these Latin countries, we gotta go to war with Mexico. You're talking about actual drug trafficking, you're talking about actual people that do things that actively kill Americans. Mexico's like right there, right? And the fact that these people traffic our own kids, they sex traffic our own kids out of this nation, they kidnap people. The fact that they do this and they get away with it, it's like, no, fuck those people. If there's anybody we should go in and just fuck them up, it's definitely that. And it's not like that would be pretty, but that would be necessary. It's actually needed. Eventually, at one point, that's gonna be something we're gonna have to do. And everybody knows it. Anybody who lives close to the border, if you ask them, they'll tell you. They'll be like, yeah, I mean, maybe not this year, maybe not 10 years from now, but eventually it's gonna have to happen. But I mean, any type of geopolitical strategy, anything we do, even if it does benefit us in the long run, it's ultimately not going to benefit most Americans with this administration. It just isn't. And until we get things changed, it's just going to stay like that. So that's why I made this video. I had to come out and I had to say, like, look, that take I made a bunch of takes in that video, and I stand by, like, that one take. It's like, yeah, tough, it's like, man. There is no net positive from this. The memes are kind of funny, but who gives a fucking shit? They're memes. We would have memes regardless. It doesn't matter, all right? The videos, they're kind of cool, sure, whatever. That's not worth what's actually happening. And the fact that, you know, it's just going to be given over to oil companies is amazing. I love that so much for us. But can we not just add more immigrants? Is that possible? Maybe we can put enough pressure on our politicians to where that gets taken off the table, at least for the midterms. I'm not going to hold my breath for that. But that's pretty much it. This was like a part 2 to the last video. I just had to correct that one thing and just kind of be like, yeah, weak take, I'll take it. I'll take the L. But I correct myself because, I mean, that's the point. It's like, I'm not going to just say something, it's going to age.
Yeah, because you are so intellectually honest, right? You're just a truth teller. That's what you are,
because that's not why I'm here.
Yeah, right? Man.
So hopefully you guys can appreciate that on some level. But in the meantime, guys, thank you all for watching. If you agree, if you have anything to add, let me know below. You know, I'm sure people still disagree with me. That's fine. But if there's anything I missed, because there's a lot of shit going on, like a lot. It's actually kind of concerning because it's been all happening in the past like couple days. I heard just the other day they were supposed to release the reasons for why they redacted the Jeffrey Epstein files this past weekend, and that's when all the Maduro shit happened. They didn't release the reasonings for the redaction. So yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, a lot of distractions, but also at the same time they're not distractions because there's a lot of things happening.
That's so crazy. Oh, they were supposed to talk about the Epstein files, and then they were like, oh, time to kidnap the president of Venezuela. What a coincidence. For sure. What a coincidence.
What else is there to say? Let me know what you think. But in the meantime, guys, check out my Rumble, follow me on X.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do any of that shit. Fuck you. You're fucking stupid and your videos suck.